To be brutally honest, this figure is nothing more than a massive steaming pile of yes please. Hi everyone, welcome to 16 Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the highly anticipated, newly released Hot Toys 1/6 scale Darth Vader from the Disney Plus Star Wars Kenobi show. Now, regardless of what you think of the Kenobi show, this looks awesome. I'm going to take a good look at it. The Kenobi show, in my opinion, it had definitely some strengths, but it had a lot of weaknesses, probably more weaknesses than strengths. I gotta say, I went back and rewatched it recently, and you know, I think at the time I scored it 3 stars out of 5, and I'm pretty sure I'd keep it as 3 stars out of 5. The problem was some of the good stuff in it was really good. Like, all I wanted, one of the main things I wanted was for Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan to come face to face with Hayden Christensen's Darth Vader for one more iconic duel in a really kind of a cinematic setting, and with the kind of dark planet with the rocks and stuff like that made it cinematic because it just only emphasized the glow of the red and blue lightsabers. I thought the fight was well done. I thought there was some great dialogue when eventually Obi-Wan cracked the helmet open, revealing the heavily scarred Hayden Christensen underneath. I thought that was quite cool when you had, that was kind of the trump card, I think, when you could hear Hayden's voice, and then with the breathing kind of apparatus that was broken, and you kind of hear part Hayden's voice and part of Darth Vader's voice. So look, let's just take a look at some basic stuff here. There's actually 4 different editions, SKUs, versions, whatever you want to call about this. There's a collector edition, the exclusive edition, the deluxe version, and then the deluxe version exclusive. Now, the collector edition and the exclusive edition, I believe that there are, it says here €286.50, that's about $310, but the deluxe version, whether you're getting the deluxe version or the deluxe version exclusive, the only difference, by the way, between the collector edition and exclusive is a hologram of the Grand Inquisitor, I believe, and the only difference between the deluxe version of the Vader and the deluxe version exclusive is the hologram, again, of the Grand Inquisitor. So really, there's no difference in price between the, let me see, like the deluxe and the deluxe version exclusive, or the collector edition and the collecting edition exclusive. So the cheaper one, the collector edition, you'll see now there's a bunch of stuff that it doesn't come with. That is about $310. It says here €286.50, about $310. Now the deluxe version is $335. If you follow the waitlist wars going on in Sideshow, it's been waitlisted for a while, I believe, and it was due to ship February to March, and of course it's out now. I want to just take a quick look at the deluxe version, and then I want to get that slide up so we can see everything that it comes with before we take a look at the actual final product images, because that's what we're concerned with. We're looking right now here at these prototype images, which in fairness they looked stunning. So we're going to take a look at the prototype images. Right, so this is everything you get. Now this here is the deluxe version, and it's exclusive. Now remember, there's 4 different versions. So if you're getting any of the exclusives, they do come with the Grand Inquisitor hologram. Never been something I've been into. The only one I've ever used was the Order 66 for Cody. It just looks pretty damn cool. But the difference between the deluxe version and the regular version here is this red box here. You've got the regular unbattle damaged head sculpt. So the battle damage head sculpt comes as standard no matter which one you're getting, but the clean version of the helmet and the kind of interchangeable control panel, you get the clean version undamaged control panel, because it wasn't just the helmet that was battle damaged, ended up damaged from the duel between him and Obi-Wan. It was the chest box as well, and there's a kind of a scuff or a tear on the back of the robe as well. So I believe the robe is reversible or something like that for the clean and damage version, something like that. But I really like this LED light up base. I like that because if you look at, we're going to see later on, they've reused the battle damaged Mark 85 Rocky base. Now in fairness, it was a very rocky planet, that's the whole thing. But I really like that light up one because it reminds me of the Bespin Luke one. Like well, it doesn't look the same as the Bespin Luke, but with Bespin Luke, it's just a nice touch, that environmental base. It plugs in really easily, and it's just nice to be able to come in and click a button, have everything light up, and have Bespin on that environmental base. So I'm looking forward to doing the same with this because, yeah, I've gone for the deluxe version on this, and I've also gone for the deluxe version of the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. So that's the difference between the deluxe and the regular. The deluxe comes with the clean helmet, the unbattle damaged control panel, which does light up, and that really nice LED light up base. I like that. I'm not sure now if there's a USB on that. I'm not sure about that. But anyway, even if it's batteries, you can do on those dummy batteries. Right, let's take a look at how it actually turned out, because we were just looking at the prototype images. So I gotta say, my first impressions are positive. I'm gonna go back here because I think this is the start of the images here. Right, so first impressions is that, well, I'm not going to use that Battle Damage Mark 85 Rocky base. I actually really like. I can see why they included that, because they're lazy. No, and it was a rocky environment in fairness, but I really like the one that lights up, and hopefully you can just plug that in, and like I said, just one click of the phone, the app, and just click on the smart plug. That's the dream. One click and everything comes on. CCFLs, fusions, LED light up bases, any vehicles that I get in the future with lighting functions, and of course the Luke lights to keep everything lit up. Tell you one thing, this looks great. Part of the reason it looks great is because of that Photoshop that they have going on with that lightsaber. The HotToys lightsabers are shit. They don't look good. They didn't look good when they were powered by batteries. You have to basically mess around with like an arm, detach an arm, swap in the arm that holds the lightsaber, use a tiny little screwdriver for people with tiny hands, and then pop in the batteries, and then they didn't look good, right? So a lot of people just don't use them, or like if you use them, they die within 10 minutes. CCFLs are the way to go, in my opinion. I've had CCFLs now for about a year. I've had no issues with them, but then again, I don't blast them on at 100%, like when I'm not in this room. If I'm in this room, I'm, maybe reposing something, doing some photography, or doing a video or a stream or something like that, and I've had them on for like 3-4 hours plus, or if I'm just going in here rearranging stuff or whatever I'm doing, no problem. Have them at 50% or 25% of the brightness, fine. But they actually look like lightsabers. Although the USB powered lightsabers they're doing is definitely a step in the right direction, I commend that. They need to be doing it better, but because it's not going to look like this. And Vader with the lightsaber, you want the lightsaber looking well, but we're not here to talk about CCFLs. We're not here really to talk about USB lightsabers. We're here to have a look at the figure itself. And you're just zooming in on this. Gotta say, first thing I'm noticing is the sculpt looks great, and the battle damage on the helmet looks great, and even the battle damage on the chest box looks good as well. I'm wondering, so the belt must light up as well, and the chest box. So the chest box with damage, so that's not going to light up. If you get the deluxe version, you get the clean version, not only the helmet but also the chest box, and that does light up. But I'm wondering here, I presume, I'm not sure if this is Photoshop, because with the CCFL, the thing they've done to the lightsabers, you can't assume that things in these blogger photos are not Photoshop. But this has given me an impression that we can keep the belt panels lit up, but just not obviously the damaged. Why would the damaged chest box light up? So hopefully you'll be able to keep the belt things lit up if you're using them anyway. Maybe they're separately powered. Gotta say, I think they've delivered on this one. Yeah, I really like that. Let's just zoom in and look at some of these details here. And this eye, it's funny. It's like, it's just one eye, but it is it has the rolling function, so you can roll it and maybe just add to the dynamic. That's cool, in fairness. Just make the pupil or the eye fixate in something else. Look at all that scarring and weathering, and not scarring, burnt, more kind of a burnt rasher look on him there. Looks pretty good. Yeah, these are for, that's like, yeah, I haven't done the thumbnail for this. I record a video and then I do the thumbnail after usually, but I think this is going to be the thumbnail. Like, how could I not use this? Just the kind of atmosphere they're creating here as well. Like, the sculpt looks good, but the lighting, they look good. And even, of course, they're taking advantage. They're tilting the head down here and they're having that one eye fixated. Kind of reminds me of that that atmosphere and the lighting, kind of when he says, what was the line? A really, really good line. It was something like, you didn't kill Anakin Obi-Wan, I killed Anakin Skywalker, something like that. Yeah, and then this is cool because, like, I can get the argument, if I could only get one Darth Vader, it would more than likely be the 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi, the deluxe one with all the extra bass and the trims and stuff like that, or an original trilogy one. But I can understand the logic for if someone is a bit like, you know, they're not going to get more than one Vader, that they get the deluxe version of this and they have it all clean like that, and it could slot into A New Hope or Original Trilogy or Rogue One or whatever. There's probably people like throwing stuff at the screen now watching, go, no, you can't do that because, you know, the helmet is at like a 2-degree angle off to the side or some crap or whatever like that. But look, it's it's Darth Vader. Like, I'm not going to come in and go, oh no, that's the New Hope one or that's the Rogue One. I know that there's subtle differences, but like, I can understand why people would be like, if they're getting one Vader, they're just going to get the Return of the Jedi Original Trilogy. That'd be my train of thought. But luckily I'm in a position where I can get both versions. Although I wasn't a huge fan of this show, the bits that were really good were really, really, really good. And this one was such a unique piece. Like, it's a battle damage Vader with the just looks really good. But again, that lightsaber is not going to look like that. Now this is a bit concerning. I gotta say, this is something which I don't think I'm nitpicking here. I think this looks a bit weird. Look at his right arm. It looks like he's been skipping arm day. Now, hopefully, that's just something to do with the lighting or I don't know, maybe there's a bit of Photoshop trickery going on here or something like that. Maybe the blogger bent the arm and it gathered weird or something and they just Photoshopped it, but why? I don't know. Right arm looks a bit skinny, that's what I'm saying. And Vader's a pretty big guy. I mean, I know that it wasn't obviously Dave Prowse in the suit. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Dave Prowse has passed away. Rest in peace. But it was, you know, Hayden Christensen. But like, I don't remember him. No, the arm looks pretty skinny there, folks. You know, and like this all looks very, very good. But that arm is a bit strange looking. So let's move on. See, maybe it's just that photo. I think the head sculpt here is obviously trump card. I'd say the vast amount of people who are going to get this are going to pose it, showing with that sculpt on it. Like, you know, I can definitely see the argument as well of, I was about to say that if I knew the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary Vader was coming out at the time of pre-ordering this, because this obviously this was announced, pre-ordered this, and then Return of the Jedi 40 was announced and pre-ordered that, I would have gone for the regular version of this, displayed this always with that broken mask, and then I'd have the Vader to do whatever I want. However, I really like the base, the light up base, the environmental base, not the rocky one that comes with the deluxe version of this, so I probably would end up going deluxe anyway. And also for the time being, I still can have the option to display the Vader clean version or this battle damage version. Speaking of the clean version, yeah, look at it, he looks a lot broader there. Like, just, well, then again, the broadness wasn't an issue in this photo here, because you can't tell. He's turned to the side, you can't tell if he's broader or narrow or whatever. Just I do think that right arm just looks a bit skinny. But anyway, it could have been any amount of reasons. It could be just the angle that they're taking it at. This looks pretty good. Yeah, so this is your Vader clean version. And look, I really like the chest boxes and the light up box here as well. Now, hopefully they'll be all right, because I'm going to get a CCFL. And like, you know, I want to get a CCFL so it actually looks like a lightsaber and not just a piece of plastic with a little light on the end. But with the to light up the chest boxes, in the past I would have entertained the thought of getting a fusion for this, but I'm pretty sure this lights up via LED as well. There's a little like wires go back, and there's a little power pack that clips onto the back of his belt, and you can run it down under the cape or something like that. So hopefully I won't have to buy a fusion for this, which I commend HotToys for doing. I don't want to put batteries into these things. They take ages. Unless you've got like hands the size of a 5-year-old, it's very awkward to get those batteries in, and they last like 10 minutes. You spend about an hour trying to get them in, and it's just no. That all looks good here. Another thing as well, like there's a few little things, a few little minor things, like the inclusion of the Battle Damage 85 Rocky base. They do that a lot. Like, how many times have they thrown out that standard environmental Star Wars base, the square one, or then the bloody stand base, especially when the stand base didn't actually make sense to have. They had it with droids and stuff like that. They recently that battle damaged A Bug's Life thing. oh, what was it? I can't remember. They just announced it last week. Oh, let me know in the comment section down below if you know. Oh, by the way, if you are watching this right now and you are not subscribed, if you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment, please. It really does help grow the channel. What is the thing's called? Kamen Rider? That guy. They announced the battle damaged one, and it comes with a base, and the base is pretty much the Wolverine 1973 deluxe one is back. So they do recycle things a lot. That's what I'm saying. But like for this one, if they're gonna go for a rocky base, maybe go something like the Thanos base, the Battle Damage Endgame Thanos. Everyone loves that big rocky base. I've seen loads of different photographers and bloggers using that multiple times. There's some sort of maybe not as big as that, but yeah, go all out. It's Vader. Another thing as well, not only is the Vader one, the Vader, his actual lightsaber is LED powered, even though I don't agree, but not that I don't agree with it. I just don't think they're good. They don't look like lightsabers where CCFLs do. Maybe there's a reason they can't do it. Maybe I understand. I've heard horror stories. That's just the interest of balance. I've heard horror stories about, well, first of all, CCFLs are very expensive. Let's be quite honest. Could cost you about $150 for one. Like, they're quite expensive. And depending on who you get to make them for you, there's going to be a quality difference. There could be even a safety difference. You know, maybe I'm going to be getting rid of the CCFLs because I have an issue with them. I hope, touch wood, that doesn't happen, but like if there is, I'll let you know. But so far so good, and I think they look a lot better. But here they have gone to the trouble of at least taking a step in the right direction, and they've given you a USB powered Darth Vader lightsaber, but not the Reva one. Like, you know, in this scene he took Reva's one. It's pretty cool actually as well. It's one of the better scenes in it as well. The scenes of Vader, in fairness, made the show. I don't know, is it just me? I think maybe it's just because the left hand, you know, doesn't look skinny or anything like that. Maybe it's just the bend in it or something like that. I'd imagine maybe what's happening here is the body underneath is quite skinny, and then it's I presume that's pleather. For the arms, there's a gap maybe in between the actual outer layer. We can see the black kind of pleather and the maybe skinnier body underneath. There's probably a little air pocket there, maybe to allow for a bit of articulation. And when it bends, maybe it just becomes obvious that the body underneath's a bit skinny. I think maybe that's what's happening there. So maybe be conscious of posing. Like here, doesn't seem like too much of an issue. You can see a little bit there as well. But like that's the type of thing now I'd want. Like, I'd probably do that with the battle damage sculpt. And I can't remember, like, I'd still like the chest box lit up there, but I must go back and watch Kenobi again and see. Well, it doesn't really matter, like, it doesn't have to be canon or whatever, like, but maybe pose it like this, but with the battle damage sculpt, but then keep the chest box and the belts on the left and right there lit up, and at this base here as well. Like, I gotta check if this is a USB powered. I'm assuming it's in, but yeah. Not gone on the blue background there. Moving on. I like this, and even with the rocky base, I gotta say it does actually work. But like for there, you couldn't really. You'd need to get 2 CCFLs if you're doing that, like just to get that effect. I think a lot of people are gonna be happy with this. That's pretty cool pose as well. Just simple. That's pretty cool as well. He looks a bit, I don't know, does he look a little bit narrow? Maybe it's just the posing. And again, I know it wasn't, obviously. Dave Prowse is a lot bigger guy than Hayden Christensen, but yeah. Look, I'm excited about this. I'm looking forward to getting that in, just have it posed. Really looking forward to posing it up. Just be nice when it's finally in the collection. And you got the LED basically standing on lit up. And you have a CCFL. Well, I'm going to go CCFL anyway. And then all the boxes lit up as well in that battle damage sculpt. I just think that's going to be a bit of a showstopper. Yeah, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts. Anyway, yeah, look, that's the end of the video. Yeah, in conclusion, look, I have this on order, the deluxe version. I was looking forward to it before I saw these images, and now after doing the video I'm looking forward to more. Yeah, looks good to me. What can you say? If you want to support the video, like, I'm going to start it again. If you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know if you're picking this up or not. You can also follow me on Instagram and on X. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.